Hi everyone, let's start solving today's LeetCode daily challenge question, which is partition array of maximum sum. So let's understand this particular problem using an example. Let's take this particular example. Okay, so this is our array 1, 15, 7, 9, 2, 5 and 10, where k is equal to 3. So what we need to do, we need to partition this particular array into multiple sub-arrays where the maximum length of the sub-array can be the value k, which in this particular example is 3. So after partitioning each subarray, the value of all that particular in that subarray will be changing into the maximum value in the subarray. So if I create this particular subarray 1, 15, 7 and the next subarray will be 9 only, and the next subarray will be 2, 5 and 10, and at the end we need to return the sum of all the values of the maximum values in those particular subarrays. So now I can see in the first subarray the maximum is 15, so all the values will be converting into 15. The next subarray is 9, and the next subarray the maximum value is 10, so all the values will be converting into 10. So here we can see the sum is 15 multiplied by 3 plus the frequency of 9 is 1 only, plus the frequency of 10 is 3. So the sum here will be 84. So in this example we need to return 84. So what are we understanding from this particular example, like what should be the intuition? So the intuition is only that after selecting each element, कोई भी element select करने के बाद I have a choice either to select that particular element or to include it in that particular subarray, or I don't have a choice to select that particular element and I can generate a new subarray by selecting the next element. Okay, so in this case how we can compute this particular choices. Okay, so let's suppose there is an helper function, okay, which is accepting an current index. Okay, so now what I need to do, let's now take this particular example and where k is equal to 4. So my helper function will be taking care of the rest of the things. I need to think to build this helper function in a recursive manner. So how it going to help me? So where k is equal to 4, what I can do, if I take this one, I have the choice. I included that particular one value in my subarray and its frequency is 1 because currently subarray is 1 only. So 1 into 1 plus helper will take care of the rest of my array. So helper will be getting this particular. Okay, now if I include 1 and 4, okay, so 1 and 4, okay, now what it will give me, it will be giving me 4 comma 4, and what is equal to 4 into 2 plus helper, which is getting the rest of my array and will be giving me that particular answer for the rest of the array. Okay, now what can be the next subarray? 1 for 1, which is 4 into 3, which is nothing but 12 plus helper and the rest of the array. Okay, so and here k is equal to 4, so I computed for 3 windows. Let's compute for the last window. 1, 4, 1 and 5, here the max is 5, so all the integers in this particular subarrays will be converting into 5. So 5 into 4, which is nothing but 20, plus helper, and helper will provide me the maximum of this particular subarray. Now I computed all these values. Now what I need to return? The maximum from all of this. Okay, so I need to iterate for the first window for 1 to k till k, where I will be finding the maximum plus helper will be returning me for the rest of the subarray. Now here comes the main part. If I will be calculating the same way, it will be giving me a timeout exception. Okay, Now how I can handle this? I can use the memoization concept where I will be initializing a 1D array. Let's name that DP, and where the DP of all the indexes, DP will be storing the answer for that particular index. Like at this, after this particular index, I will be getting this answer that will be stored in my DP, and I will use that particular answer which is stored in my DP as in the base condition. Okay, so let's jump to the solution of this. So I initialized a DP integer array, and I will be initialized to the array length only, and I will be calling my helper, where 0 is representing the current index, k is the input parameter, and array is also the input parameter which I am passing into the helper function. So this is my base condition. If my current index is equal to array.length, so I will be doing nothing, I will be simply returning a 0, and this will be my second base condition as I discussed earlier. So if I already calculated the DP for that particular index, so how I do it? If DP of current index not equal to null, so I will be returning that particular current index. Now I need to calculate the first k elements. I need to iterate for the first window. Okay, so I initialize a current max and the number of iteration and max sum sub array sum. So what this particular current max sum is representing, the current max is which I will be calculating in that particular sub array. So if I got the 1 4 1 in my sub array, this current max will be storing, like finding out the what is the maximum element in my sub array. So current max, if this is the sub array, will be storing 4. Okay, so let's see how current max is storing that. So what I started a iteration where I is current index. I started from current index and I put a condition mat.min current index plus k for next windows, and it can be like what should be the minimum, either this or array length. Okay, then current max is finding the mat.max current max comma arr of I. So in that particular sub array which we generated, it will be computing the maximum in that particular sub array. Now as I shown earlier, we will be calculating, we need to iterate for the first k elements, and the rest of the things will be provided by the helper. This is the same thing, okay, where current max and into number of iterations. So number of iteration I am doing incremental, because as I am jumping to the next index, so if I am taking this example, so if I am at 1, so my current max will be 1 and the number of iterations is 1 only. But if when I jump to this particular subarray 1 4, now my current max will be pointing to 4 and the number of iteration 1 4 will be 2. So that's why I initialize number of iteration is equal to 1, and when it comes to 4, the current max value will be 4 and the number of iteration will be 2. So 4 into 2, and the helper will be getting the rest of the array. And if the sub array is 1 4 1, still the current max is 4 only and the number of iterations is 3, and the helper will be getting the rest of the array. And in the case of 1 4 1 5, in this case the current max value will get updated by 5 and the number of iterations will become 4 in this case. So 20 plus the helper will be getting the rest of the array. Now I got the max sub array sum as max sub array sum, and the computation will be with the max. So 1 plus rest of the helper, 1 4 plus rest of the helper, I am comparing with the max sub array sum, and at the end I will be setting that particular max sub array sum at dp of current index. So dp of 0 in this case will be maximum sub array sum, and helper function also computing this dp values and setting it into the dp array. So here the memoization comes into picture, and at the end I am returning the maximum sub array sum. I hope you will find this particular solution very easy to understand. by this particular approach. So if you find this particular solution very helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel and like this video. And let me show you, let me run this particular solution. So okay, done. So it beats 93.17%. That is perfect, I guess. So tata, bye bye.